afraid of your uncle.
You are afraid of my uncle, and he is not the only one you are afraid of.
Beware, Rosalita. You insult me at the risk of your own peril.
You were going to hit me, Paco.
I had it in mind. But I love you too much to harm you, Rosalita. Rosalita, my love for you is like a raging beast. I cannot control it, Rosalita. It's destroying me.
Oh, you surprise me, my Paco. Our betrothal is not even official, and you embrace me. What would my uncle say?
I'm sorry.
You are sorry? Oh, what kind of a man are you? You make love to me and then you apologize. Why? Because you are so afraid of my uncle.
Rosalita, please.
Yes.
Please.
Oh. What kind of a man are you? You coward. Dirty coward.
Rosalita, please.
Yeah.
Please,
No.
Rosa...
Oh, I can't stand you. Let go of me, you coward.
Hey!
Well, are you not going to get up and fight, you small, miserable worm of a coward?
It's true. I'm small. And as you say, I'm a coward. But nevertheless, I shall prevail!
That fella hurt you?
No, I am all right, thank you.
You're a gypsy, ain't you?
See, I am Gypsy. Why, you don't like gypsies?
Oh, no, it ain't that. You see, my pa owns this ranch.
Oh.
And he ain't exactly in love with them. You see, the last band of gypsies that came through here stole a bunch of our steers.
We are not thieves. We are Spanish gypsies. You think you are going to run us off your land?
Well, let's just say that I think I ought to go over and have a talk with them.
Oh!
What's the matter?
Oh, I think Paco must have hurt me more than I realized. All the men in the world are fighting for the privilege of holding my hand, and you are holding all of me.
Chicken, always chicken. Why don't we never have mutton?
As you know, I come from a long line of chicken thieves. It's beneath my dignity to steal a sheep.
Someone is approaching.
Oh, Rosalita. Who is this you bring with you?
This is Senor Horse Cartwright. This is my uncle Anselmo, my auntie Loris.
Happy to meet you, ma'am. You, sir?
He's a customer, perhaps.
Oh, well, we are at your service, senor. You wish to have your fortune told? Or maybe a good luck amulet? Or perhaps a love potion, eh?
Uncle, Senor Cartwright's father owns this land. Besides which, he rescued me from my murderous assault at the hands of Paco.
Oh, well, how happy I am to meet the brave son of the man who owns this fine land. Please tell your father I shall be coming over to see him very soon.
Well, I'll tell him as soon as I get back from Virginia City. What do you want to talk to my pa about?
Well, as of now, we need fresh beef. I shall purchase from you a steer at the full market price, of course.
But it'd be all right if you got the money.
Well, I am a little short, but that is only a temporary embarrassment, and... But I have something here. Look. Rand are my proudest possession. And because you have been so kind to Rosalita and protected her, I shall let you have him at a very reasonable price.
No, I wouldn't be in the market.
Oh, but when word gets out that Randar is for sale, I will be stampeded by buyers.
Yeah? Well, if I was you, I'd sell him the first one to come along.
I shall never forget your kindness, Senor Horse. I shall remember you always. Hasta la vista.
Yeah, yeah, same to you, ma'am.
While I am talking to the owner, you look around, see if you can find anything of value that is portable. Oh, and meet me here in 1 hour. Good.
Gypsies. What do they want?
Something for nothing, I bet.
Ah, Senor Cartwright?
Yes, yes.
I am Anselmo. By an accident of nightfall, Senor, my people and I have camped on your land. I am here to apologize.
Oh, well, there's no need to apologize. You're welcome. You'll be leaving soon, I presume.
If it were not for a broken tongue on my wagon, we would be already gone.
Now, how long will it take you to fix the wagon?
Well, Senor...
It's my son, Joseph.
Oh.
Nice to see you. How long will it take you to fix the wagon?
Oh, well, since I am here to apologize, I do not have time to work on the wagon, huh?
Oh, yes.
We will need a permission to cut down one small tree to make a new wagon tongue.
All right. One small tree, and then you'll be off in the morning.
Oh, but, Senor, we are not beggars. We will pay for the tree.
Mm-hmm. You have the cash.
Well, at the moment, no. Well, Senor, there are other means of payment.
I have a feeling we're going to have our fortunes told.
Well, if you wish, Senor. But as my guest and free of charge. What I have in mind is a transaction between men of business.
Fine.
If you will step this way, please. Now, senors, I can assure you his beauty is only matched by his endurance.
In that case, I'd be lucky to make it to the barn.
Well, you make a joke, senor. I can sell you the horse at a bargain, and in that way I can pay for the tree.
Mr. Anselmo, I'm sorry. I really can't use him.
Oh, that is because you know it will break my heart to part with him. Your son, Hoss, he told me you are a true gentleman.
Hoss?
Hoss? Where'd you meet him?
At my camp. When he brought my niece Rosalita back to safety, like the gallant cavalier he is.
My brother is a gallant cavalier?
He found Rosalita being attacked by a formidable monster. He arrived just in time to save her. Oh, his courage was magnificent. He fought like a tiger.
That is a lie. He struck me from behind. There was no attack.
That's the formidable monster?
Be gone, you chicken gizzard. You know, fully angered, he seems much bigger.
Wow, look who showed up, our gallant cavalier.
Mm-hmm. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, we heard how you saved that fair maiden from that formidable monster.
Oh, that must have been a terrible experience for you.
He was a giant.
No, we met him today.
Hey, you met them gypsies? When? How?
No, leader came by. He tried to sell us a horse.
He tried to sell me that horse. You didn't buy that horse, Paul.
No.
No, but he let him stay on the ranch overnight.
Eat your supper.
The earth has grown bleak, my love. My tortured soul grows weak, my love. Oh, dreadful fate, am I too late to own your precious charms. My poem of love has touched your heart.
Ugh, your poetry is enough to sicken an ox. Our poor Randar is beginning to gray.
Then we will restore some of his youth.
I heard young Paco playing his guitar to you. He's a good musician.
You praise Paco, and yet you refuse to let me give my golden voice to the world.
Rosalita, how often have I told you your voice is not yet exactly golden?
Much voice training is needed.
Nonsense, I am ready now. I can see it now. La Scala, the stage of the opera house. I have just finished my last aria. Oh, I am radiant. I am beautiful. The curtain comes down. Never have I heard such applause. Never have I heard such ovations. They love me. Brava! Brava, Rosalita! Oh, brava! Encore, encore, encore!
Very expensive voice training.
Well, maybe just a little bit, but ooh, you give me the money. You promise now.
We must be practical, child. If only your uncle were rich, like Senor Cartwright.
Ah, that is true. Senor Cartwright, that is a man of considerable wealth. He is gracious and charming, and he is possessed of that rare quality that is so discerning and intelligent.
Horse Cartwright?
No, not Hoss. The father, Senor Cartwright. Oh, there is a man for you. If we are lucky, he might prove susceptible to the pretty charms of a beautiful young gypsy girl.
No, I will not do what you suggest. I will not lower my standing as a woman of purity. There are so few of us left in the world.
You are right, child. So very, very few of us.
You? Oh, but you who are so pure, your mind leaps suddenly to unpure thoughts. You think I would ever suggest such a thing?
Oh, no, I do not think you would suggest such a thing. I know you would.
Now we must go quickly. If we are seen, we will be undone.
To do this, you must do it properly.
Please, do not overdo it, Rosalita. You are not yet on the stage of the opera house. Now go, quickly.
Oh, Senor Cartwright, you must save me.
Me not, Mr. Cartwright. Nobody here except me, Hop Sing.
Then you must save me. They're after me.
Who after you, Missy?
Gypsies, they may be here any minute. Oh, please, Hop Sing, you must save me. Otherwise, they will kill me.
Nobody harm here on pretty head. Hop Sing guard you to the death. Besides, I lock front door.
Hey!
Go away, or I give you death of 1,000 slice.
Hup Sing, will you open this door and let me in?
I thought you gypsy.
Senor Horse, they are after me. You must save me.
Wicked gypsy after her.
Well, why would they have to be after her? She's a gypsy, too.
No, I am not gypsy. I am highborn Castilian, but those terrible gypsies, they steal me when I was but a baby.
Everybody know gypsy steal baby.
They treat me like a slave. Look, the marks of the lash. Oh, Paco's relatives did this to me because I would not marry the miserable little worm.
You don't have to marry nobody.
Oh, senor, if you say that, then you do not know gypsies.
She right, Mr. Horse?
Please, I will do anything. I will sleep in the barn. I will eat the scraps that you throw me off the table if only you would give me a little kindness and allow me to live a little bit longer.
Ma'am, don't you worry about nothing. We'll take care of you.
Evil gypsy not get you anymore. Come, I show you nice room.
That burn it, Paul, what does a feller do when a little scared, poor gypsy girl comes to him? As it turns out, she ain't no gypsy at all. And she's been beat half to death, and she just wants to keep him getting killed.
Hoss. You know, sometimes you can be very clear, but sometimes you can be most confusing, like right now. Now, you say she's a little gypsy girl, but she is not a gypsy girl, and she's our guest here. That's
She high-born Castilian lady.
I'm saying, I would venture to say she's about as Castilian as you are. Hoss, get rid of her.
That burn it, boy. I just can't do it. The poor little thing ain't got a friend in the world.
She's Anselmo's niece.
No, Paul,
Yes, she's Anselmo's niece. Hoss, believe me, she is. And it should take me about 2 minutes to get rid of her.
Spanish omelet all getting cold.
You know that little girl's been eating nothing but scraps? Well, I didn't want to disappoint Hop Sing after all the trouble he went to.
You mean you're not gonna boot her out?
Well, I told her I'd think it over.
She's real convincing, ain't she, Paul?
Yeah,
Anselmo, Dolores, I wish to speak on matters of great importance. Am I invisible? Do I not exist?
Oh, you. Well, how can you exist if you cannot even steal a small rusty nail from so well-equipped a barn as Senor Cartwright's?
Paco seems perturbed.
I'm worried about Rosalita.
Why?
She has not been seen for hours. She must have wandered away and become lost.
If you must know, she is the guest at the house of Senor Cartwright.
You have allowed Rosalita to be alone with 3 men? I shall not allow it. I shall bring her back, even if I have to drag her by the hair. And if the Cartwrights interfere, there will be bloodshed. And it will be on your hands for having allowed her to go there.
You think
No. That scared a little wretch, Paco. He would not leave the camp. Even his shadow is afraid in the dark.
sunk even lower than I would have thought possible. Must you peer in my bedroom window like a demented owl?
No, no, you are a helpless toy in the lair of beasts. I, valiant to the last, will save you. You must flee with me before it's too late.
Be gone, simpleton!
It's all right now. It's all right. Whoever it was is gone. He's just...
That is Paco's gun. You see, it is as I told you. If he cannot have me for his wife, he will kill me.
Oh, it's Paco's. Seems very strange. He would kill the woman he loves.
He is a gypsy. He would rather see me dead than married to someone else.
Ah. And how do you feel about him?
Oh, that does not matter. Besides which, my uncle Anselmo would never let me marry him. He has no money.
Oh, I see. That presents a problem, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, and that is why I am so frightened, and oh, why I thank you for your protection.
Well?
Your strong, gallant sons, they are not here?
Oh, my strong, gallant sons are in town. They'll be back shortly, though, but you're perfectly safe. Why don't you go back up to your room? You had a little bit of a fright, and I think maybe a little rest would do you good, huh?
Oh, gracias. I have never seen such a house like this. It is like a palace.
Well, it's far from being a palace, but we find it very comfortable.
You are so modest. Tell me, are all wealthy men modest like you are?
I'm not all that wealthy.
Tell me, have you ever heard such a golden voice?
I must say, I don't remember when, no.
Well, it is true that I will need a few lessons to round out my repertoire, but I also need the gowns and the jewels for when I make my debut at La Scala.
You have ambitions to be an opera singer?
Oh, yes. Si, 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 si. When I make my debut, the whole world will be at my feet.
Oh, I'm sure. Do you realize that to be an opera singer, one must have years of lessons?
Oh, yes, yes, of course, yes.
And dresses and a great deal of traveling, and it's very expensive. It costs a great deal of money.
You dishearten me, senor. I did not think you were the kind of man who would destroy the cherished dreams of a poor gypsy girl.
Oh, Rosalita, I wasn't intending to destroy your dreams. It was just that I was trying to be a little practical, and I was trying to tell you that you'd need someone to help you.
Yes. You mean somebody like a patron?
A patron, yes, of course, a patron who would...
Yes! Oh, of course! Why did I not think of it myself. I am so stupid.
You're not
But
experienced.
you, senor, with your generosity and your knowledge, you have seen my need, and the world will never forget you. They will remember you always as the one who gave them my golden voice.
Now, wait a minute,
Oh,
Rosalita.
senor, my foolish dreams are no longer foolish.
Rosalita,
You are my padron. You will send me to Milano. I will be the most magnificent singer
Rosalita.
you've ever heard.
You will stay here overnight, and tomorrow morning, you will go back to your people.
But then Paco's relatives will slit my throat and my golden voice will be still forever.
May the world forgive me. Now, young lady, up to your room. Pronto.
Senor Cartwright distrusts you.
Si?
He sent you home.
Si.
Now, I think he certainly would not like it if you were to marry one of his sons.
Well, I would not like it either. I do not wish to be the wife of a farmer.
You little fool, you think you are the first gypsy girl who has been paid not to marry the son of a rich man?
I myself have been paid not to. 3 times. That's how I earned my dowry.
Rosalita, you listen to me and listen good.
Rosalita. Rosalita. Are you hurt, huh?
Oh, no, I was falling, and I thought for a minute I was waking up in heaven.
Yeah, well, this isn't heaven. Here you go.
Oh.
You sure you're all right?
It's only my dignity that is bruised. I was out for a walk, and I saw you down here, and I thought I would come say hello.
Oh, it was very nice of you to drop in.
It's the first time we have been alone like this together. But, of course, I noticed you admiring me at breakfast.
Oh, you saw that. I did my best to cover it up, but I just couldn't.
Oh, well, you think I am beautiful. You think I am the most beautiful girl in the world, no?
No. Yes, I do.
Well, it is the terrible burden of beauty. Men, they admire me wherever I go,
That
but...
must drive you crazy.
Oh, yes, it is terrible. I do not want you to think that I encourage these other men, but with you, I would not be inclined to break your heart, Joseph.
Oh, what makes me so lucky?
Oh, you make me feel like no other man I have ever met made me feel. You are so handsome. You are so strong. You are so impetuous. You are flattered, no?
Yeah, yes, I'm flattered.
Well, with all these other men, I am cold like ice, but with you, I cannot control myself.
I'm beginning to lose control of myself, too.
He's like the collision of lightnings. Well, now that we have reached an understanding, do you think your father, he will approve?
Of what?
Well, of our getting married, of course.
Oh, let's not tell him. It's not...
Well, we have to tell him. In Spain, where I was born, no gentleman, he kisses the lady without the honorable intention to marry her.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm not a Spaniard, and I'm not too sure I'm a gentleman, because I have no intention of marrying you. I don't see why that should hurt our relationship at all.
You pig, you have dishonored me. If I had a brother, he would kill you in a duel.
Rosalita, what are you doing here? What you crying about? What's the matter?
Oh, you have been so kind to me. And I had to come and tell you that I am afraid I have broken Joseph's heart.
You mean little Joe? How?
He came to me and he talked of me, of love. And I had to be so cruel to him. I had to push him away because... You see, I love another one.
You do, huh?
Oh, he is the most wonderful, the kindest, the most brave man in the whole world. The most wonderful man I ever meet in my life. When I first meet this man, I think, oh, I could be his forever if he would have me.
Rosalita, as pretty as you are, a man would have to be out of his mind not to want you.
I have done everything to show this man the evidence of how much I love him. Do you think I dare to hope that he could love me back?
I don't see how he could help himself.
You really mean that?
Sure I do.
Oh, Horse! We should be so happy together.
But, Rosalita...
Oh, we will be so happy.
You don't understand. Let me explain this.
Hey, Pa. Hey, Pa. I thought you sent that Rosalita packing.
What?
I thought you sent Rosalita on her way.
What do you mean?
Well, she's out there right now in the moonlight with my brother Hoss. She's pulling the same deal on him she did on me. She's out there talking him into thinking he wants to marry her.
Hoss has got more sense than that. Hasn't he?
He's your son.
I like her, but I sure don't want to marry her.
Well, why did you propose to her?
Bernard, I didn't propose to her, Paul. That's just it. She just sort of got the idea I did.
I see.
What am I going to do?
Well, if I were you, Hoss, I'd sort of go to her and sort of tell her that you really don't love her and sort of tell her that you're not going to marry her, sort of.
Boy, that sure ain't going to be easy. Did you ever look into them eyes?
Yes, I have. Oh, you know what I mean.
You told me that Senor Cartwright would pay you much money for me not to marry Horse. When will this happen?
These things take time.
My people have done this hundreds of times, and it has never failed. The richer the man, the longer he takes, and the more he finally offers.
In the meantime, Horse is so overcome with the thought of possessing me, he can hardly speak in my presence. It will be a pity to break the heart of so sweet a man.
Who cares about broken hearts when money is concerned? Rosalita, you better go to bed. We have a lot to do tomorrow.
She too will have a broken heart when she learns you do not intend to send her to Italy.
My conscience would never permit me to spend money on so terrible a voice. Besides, she will be amply consoled by her part of the money.
Anselmo, suppose this fine scheme of yours does not work. Suppose Rosalita marries an outsider. I cannot live without Rosalita. I love her.
Then fight Horse Cartwright for her hand.
As you very well know, I am a coward.
I intend to make a great deal of money from this arrangement. Now, what have you got to offer?
Where would I get a great deal of money.
Where would any gypsy worthy of his salt get money? He would steal it.
I said I wanted to talk to you. I said I wanted to talk to you. Did you go over to see her? Did you tell her?
Well, not so as you could notice it, Paul. You see, I just couldn't come up with the right words.
Hoss, maybe these might be the right words. Rosalita, I'm sorry, but I cannot marry you because I really don't love you.
Paul, it ain't that easy.
You do love her?
Well, no, but Paul, that poor little thing's just got her heart dead set on marrying me.
Oh, come on. She's got her hand set to grab some of Pa's money.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think you're just jealous because she said she wouldn't have you.
Well, Horace, that's what you say. Now, here's what I'm saying. I'm going over to that gypsy camp, and I'm going to put Rosalita straight. And it's not going to take too much time to think of the right words.
Oh, Paul, wait a minute. It's my job. Let me say it. I'll say it.
But you better get the whole thing figured out. Here she comes.
Be firm and be forceful. Here's your chance.
Yes, sir.
Now.
Firm and forceful. Howdy, Rosalita.
They are so understanding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Understanding, yeah, that ain't exactly the word I'd have chosen. Look, Rosalita, there's something I got to talk to you about.
I know. You want to talk to me of love.
Well, no, not exactly. See, I got to explain something.
No. I cannot come into your arms until I have confessed the terrible burden of guilt I carry.
And what's that?
My betrothal to you was a plot by my uncle to get money from your father. He hoped that your father would pay me not to marry you.
And it's true. Just like little Joe said, it's all just a trick to get my pa's money, right?
No. There is not enough money in the world to make me break the heart of a man like you, so good, so kind, so gentle. I will marry you. I do not care what anyone says. I will marry you and we will live in the Ponderosa. It will be like heaven. I will cook your food. I will scrub your back. I will have your babies. Oh, I will be such a good wife to you, like a sweet man like you deserves. Oh, Hoss, do not let me go ever, not even for a little minute, now that I know what true love is like.
You have the gall and the temerity to stand there and say you didn't tell her?
Well, Paul, you just don't understand.
Well, it's quite obvious that one of us doesn't understand.
Paul, it ain't that I ain't going to tell her. It's just that, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go over there first thing in the morning, and I'm going to be just like you said. I'm going to be firm.
Oh, you forgot forceful.
The only place that you're going to go is to that cabin with little Joe and help him fix that up. Now, look. We're going to put an end to this thing once and for all. Once and for all.
You lie away before breakfast. You should eat, or you're not able to enjoy coming happy time.
What happy times?
Fancy wedding, much ha-ha and a handshake, by patter of little feet in house.
Well, there isn't going to be any wedding. That's why I had to ride out without breakfast this morning.
Romance is gone from your heart, Mr. Cartwright. It's very sad.
Hello.
Oh, hello, senor. These are Rosalita's belongings.
Huh?
This must be our last goodbye, Senor Cartwright. I regret we cannot stay for the wedding, but we must get to Oregon before the rains come and make the roads impassable. It rains a great deal in Oregon.
I know it rains a great deal in Oregon.
You will kiss the bride one extra time for me.
Anselmo, I'm trying to tell you something.
What?
There isn't going to be any wedding, you see?
Huh?
Anselmo, I'm a patient man. Believe me, I'm a very patient man, but this silly business has gone too far, just too far. Do you understand?
Senor, you know there are times when I believe you do not approve of my niece marrying your son.
And there are times when I don't think you approve of it either. How do you like that? For one thing, it's against the gypsy law.
Oh, please, senor, do not change the subject.
I want your niece out of that house. And I want you and your family and your wagons off the Ponderosa today.
Me, my wagons, everything. Yes, senor. We do not wish to stay where we are not welcome.
Now, look, you're not leaving here without Rosalita. Is that understood? You're not leaving without Rosalita.
But, senor, you ask the impossible. I am a romantic, like all the gypsies are. I could never bring myself to destroy the love these two have for each other.
The love these two have for each other. Now, look, if you're not going to get her out of there, I will get her out. Do you understand? I stay here. Don't move, just stay here.
No.
Oh, Mr. Cartwright, it's a very nice having high-born Castilian lady in house again. Maybe so we have wedding after all.
Please, not to enter. I am dressing.
Will you hurry up, Rosalita? I've got to talk to you.
Later, I am making myself beautiful for horse.
Well, Rosalita, I've got to talk to you right now, and it's very important.
You wish to talk about the wedding arrangements?
No, well, yes, that's... Look, Rosalita, my son Horst... There isn't going to be any wedding.
You say this, but Senor Horst does not say it. Goodbye, Uncle.
Goodbye, little one. Have much happiness.
Have a nice trip to Oregon. Give a big kiss to Dolores.
Anselmo! 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 Well, I told you, you're not leaving here without Rosalita. Do you understand?
Ah, senor, you wish to make an arrangement.
No, I'm not making any arrangements now.
You know, senor, to destroy a romance is a sad thing. And money cannot heal a broken heart. However, it helps sometimes.
Now listen to me. There isn't going to be a wedding.
You are wrong, senor. I, Paco, am going to marry Rosalita.
You penniless nothing.
I am not penniless. I am a man of means.
This means, this money. How you come by it?
I tried to tell you this morning, but you wouldn't listen. I stole Randa. I sold him.
You stole my horse?
Yes, I sold him for $100.
Impossible. Ah, Paco, there is hope for you. You are finally becoming a true gypsy.
Oh, Cartwright. I want to speak with you.
Yeah, what about, Paco?
I am a small, miserable coward, house Cartwright. But my love for Rosalita is stronger than fear, and I shall fight you for her. I shall fight with you with pistol, with knife. It's immaterial to me. I'm afraid of both.
Paco, I don't want to fight you.
Nevertheless, I shall fight you. I shall fight you as long as there is air in my lungs.
Paco! Paco! Paco, I'm sorry. I can't let you do it. I can't stand by and let you kill my son.
Then you refuse to sanction a fight?
Absolutely.
In that case, I shall purchase Rosalita from you, senor.
From him? If anybody purchases Rosalita, they will purchase her from me.
Wait a minute. Wait, what do you mean purchase?
You already gave her a hand to Senor Cartwright. Here. I have $100 in gold coins. Name your price, senor. I shall pay anything within reason, of course.
What do you mean a price for a human being? What kind of people...
You stay out of this. This is between Paco and your father.
Yeah, she's absolutely right, Hoss. You stay out of this. I'm the head of the family.
Yeah, I think I'll stay out of it, Paul.
All right, Paco. What do you have to offer?
Well, as you can see, she is of no great value. She cannot sew. Her cooking, it leaves much to be desired. She has a vile disposition, but to me she has a certain sentimental value.
How much?
$50?
Oh, come on. $50. Why, her golden voice alone is worth more than that.
Joe, you stay out of this. None of your affair.
Well, senor?
Well, Paco, if I didn't have real, genuine respect for gypsy tradition, I wouldn't even be thinking of making a deal with you. But, you know, all of us here in the Ponderosa, we've sort of become very fond of Rosalita. And, well, if all you have is $100, I guess that'll have to do.
$100 for one who cannot cook, cannot sew?
Well, take it or leave it.
It's robbery. But the sentiment, it overcomes the judgment.
And I thought you were learning.
You keep out of these.
Well, Paco, is it or is it not a deal?
Oh, I know how it grieves you to lose me, Horst, but I cannot help it. It is gypsy law. But somewhere in my heart, there's always a place for you.
Well, I'll tell you, Rosalita, I ain't gonna soon forget you either.
Come on, Rosalita, we cannot waste any more time. We must be on the way to Oregon. And goodbye, Senor Cartwright. It was a pleasure to know you. It's too bad you weren't born a gypsy. You would have made a good one. A good one. Come on.
I will be a good wife to you, Paco. I think I even give up my operatic career for you. I will cook your food, I will scrub your back, and I will have your babies. Goodbye, Huxley.
Well, I'm gonna sort of miss that pretty little thing. Sort of wish I loved her instead of just liking her.
I'm just glad to see him leave while we still own the Ponderosa. I wonder where Paco ever got that $100.
Well, he explained that to me. You know what Paco did? He stole Anselmo's horse and sold it for $100.
What, that fuzzy thing, Rondar? What idiot give him $100 for that bag of bones?
I don't know, but whoever he is, I'd like to say thanks.
You're welcome.
And what?